I'm from 11 Accounting 1. So in this video, I'll present the result of my internship report after doing internship at Perkasa Beton Batam for almost 5 months. So the topic or the title that I choose for my internship report is Receivables Recording Procedure at Perkasa Beton Batam. There are some reasons why I choose this title. First, in accordance with what was done in the company for 5 months. And the second, the process of receiving accounts receivable is very important for a company. Because of that, I want to know more about the process of recording procedure receivables. By the way, I'm doing internship at Perkasa Beton Batam, which is located at Ahmad Yani Street, Pambil Plaza on the 2nd floor, Muka Kuning, Batam. So Perkasa Beton Batam is a company in change in the ready-mix business that sells ready-mix concrete product to serve construction needs. Ready-mix is a concrete that is ready to use without the need to field processing. Now get to the topic. First, I will tell you about the definition of receivable recording procedure. Do you know what the procedure mean? So procedure is a part of a system which is a series of several stages of a systematic and clear action which involves every part of it to ensure that a business activities or transactions carried out repeatedly is in accordance with the expected objections. And do you know accounts receivable means? So accounts receivable is a bill that arises because of a credit transaction in the past where the company give a permission to the customer to pay later for the sales of goods or services, and the company has the right to collect the certain amount of money from the buyer. From what I have defined, it can be concluded that receivable recording procedure is a system of a series of stages of a systematic action to record and manage all claims arising from a transaction on credit that occurred in the past. Receivables are classified into 2 types. There are trade receivables and non-trade receivables. Trade receivable is amounts payable by customer for goods and services that have been rendered as part of normal business operation. And the non-trade receivables are come from various transactions and can take form written promise to pay or send something. The cycle of receivable recording procedure will look like this. If you have a sales invoice, it will be recorded in the sales journal, and it will increase accounts receivable on the receivables card or accounts receivable card. And if you have a credit memo, it will be recorded in the general journal, and it will reduce account receivable on the receivables card. Next, if you have a memorial evidence, it will be recorded in general journal too, and it also will reduce account receivable on the account receivable card. And the last, if you have the sales receipt, it will be recorded in the cash receipt journal, and it will reduce account receivable on the account receivable card. Here are some account receivable transaction documents. They are sales invoice, and then proof of cash in, credit memo, memorial evidence, check bundle, receipt, account receivable or receivables hierarchy book, and the last tax invoice. To know that all of these transactions are receivables, you can see their characteristics. So here are the characteristics of accounts receivables. First, there is a value that must be paid. The second, there is a due date or maybe a terms. And the last, there is an interest. For more detail, here are some pictures of account receivable transaction document. Here's the first picture. It's a sales invoice that belongs to Indomas Daun Wisma. On January 7, 2021, there's a term that 30 and the value is 6,120,000. The next picture is also a sales invoice, but it belongs to Mr. Draco. On January 12, 2021, it also have a term that is net 14 and the value is 18,130,000. The third picture is a sales receipt from Mr. Draco on January 14, 2021, amounted to 18,130,000. And the last picture is also a sales receipt, but it's from Indomas Daun Wisma on January 15, 2021, amounted to 6,120,000. From all of the pictures of account receivable transaction, we can make a journal. So first, to record a sales invoice, we can make a sales journal for a period January 2021. The record is on January 7th, Indomas Wisma increased account receivable on debit and increased sales on credit amounted to 6,120,000. On January 12th, Mr. Draco increased account receivables on debit and increased sales on credit amount to 18,130,000 and can be reconciled so that receivables amounted to 24,250,000 and sales amounted 24,250,000 too. For the sales receipt, we also make a journal, that is a cash receipt journal, for the period January 2021. On January 14, Mr. Draco increased cash on debit and reduced account receivable on credit, amounted 18,130,000. On January 15, Indomas Daun Wisma increased cash on debit and reduced amount receivable on credits, amounted to 6,120,000 and can be reconciled so that cash amounted to 24,250,000 and account receivable amounted to 24,250,000 too. After make a sales journal and sales receipt journal, we can posting it to the ledger. So here's the ledger look like. There is an account name, there is an account code, and also the balance. And last, we can make a receivables card. This is the receivable cards of Mr. Draco and receivables card of Indomas Daun Wisma. From this card, we can see that both of them have no more receivables because they have been paid off. Well, that is all of the material that I can give to you. And from the material that I present, I have some conclusion and suggestions. So the conclusion are: first, Perkasa Beton Batam is a company engaged in the ready-mix business that sells ready-mix concrete products to serve construction needs. The second, Receivables Recording Procedure is a system of a series of stages of a systematic action to record and manage all claims arising from a transaction on credit that occurred in the past. And the third, receivables are classified into the two types that are trade receivables and non-trade receivables. And the fourth, account receivable characteristic are there is a value, there is a due date or terms, and there is an interest. And the last, all account receivable transaction will affect the account receivable card. Here's the suggestion that I want to give to you. First, preparing yourself before entering the world of work. The second, I expect you to ask a lot of questions and read in order to broaden the knowledge. The third, as a student, we should always to maintain the good name of the company and the school. The fourth, students who carry out internship should always obey the regulation that apply in the company. And the last, students should pay attention to school lesson while carrying the internship so the student grades and achievement can be maintained. Well, I think the material about this receivable recording procedure is enough, and I'm sorry if this presentation is not that perfect. Because of that, if you have something that unclear and you want to ask me a question, just ask, okay? So thank you for watching this video till the end, and hopefully this video will be useful for all of us. Goodbye!